right. Hello to anyone watching live right now, or anyone who goes back and watches this after the fact. This is the second live stream that I'm doing. Did one yesterday. And just like the title says, pretty much just a laid back stream where I'm just going to be doing some work on my factory recreation here. Yeah. Actually, if you excuse me for 1 second, I will be right back. Alright. So yeah, like the title says, I'm building a new room here. I actually went ahead and did some of this earlier today and last night. This is the drink Fizzery room, which sounds very similar to the fizzy lifting drinks room, which I already built. But what I'm doing here is there's a concept art image online of a device that they were going to have in the movie called the carbonator, which is basically, it just makes a bunch of bubbles with colored liquid inside of it for various uses, I suppose. There's not a room on the elevator list called the carbonator room, so I figured drink Fizzery was an appropriate sounding name for that room. So I put it over here yesterday on the stream. I built this tunnelway on the Chocolate River that goes into this sphere, which has the space for 3 more rooms on the side of it. And I've determined at least what two of the rooms will be. So one of them will be the drink Fizzery room over there. The other one I'm planning to put over here is the dessert island room. So that'll be pretty cool. It'll likely be another dome, although much larger than that one. And it will basically be a room full of water. I'm not sure if it's going to be chocolate or if I might use a different color water. And then there's going to be a candy island in the middle of it that you have to ride a boat out to get to. So I think that'll be pretty cool, but today I'm doing the drink Fizzery. And I'm basing the design for these machines, like I said, off of concept art. And I have it on my laptop. It's beside me, so I can't really show it. But it's if you just Google Charlie and Chocolate Factory concept art, the website is called dermotpower.com, and that's where a lot of the concept art for the movie is. It shows a lot of things that didn't make the cut, so it's pretty cool. But basically it's a cylinder, a metal cylinder with glass in the middle that holds liquid, colorful liquid, and then there's a machine that goes inside of it and it carbonates the liquid and then bubbles come out. So that's what I'm putting in here. I wanted to have 5 of them, but due to space I might only have 4, and they'll all be a different color. In the movie, it's not necessarily in the concept art, it's not necessarily in a designated room by itself like this. It's similar to the exploding candy room where like they ride the elevator down through all the fireworks and stuff and explosions going off. It's similar to that, where it's just kind of out into in a void, deep within the factory itself, not its own room. But due to space, I decided that I'm putting it in its own room. So the concept art design is accurate. The location it's in is, artist license freelance work, which is fine. I will be replacing the white dome with a black one though, so it looks very dark. And I'm not going to have any lighting in the dome itself. It's I use the colored water mod to fill up like things like this with colorful water. And I can use the luminous water, which will act as its own light source. So I think the only lights I'm probably going to have are going to be coming from the cylinders themselves, just like the concept art, which is pretty cool. And then these will be suspended in the air. I'm going to use World Edit to move it up a little bit. And then I'll probably have an elevated walkway, which I'll have some dim lighting on as well, with a black sphere around it. So it'll look very, very cool. In addition to these canisters I'm building, there's also some other like ball-looking machines with hoses that attach to these. So I'm also going to try to fit in a few of those as well. Not exactly sure how many I'll be able to fit in. Due to space constraints, I was not able to make this dome as large as I wanted because the chocolate river is right above me here. And I went right up basically to the river, so I couldn't make it any larger. I would have ideally made this about double the size it is, but it'll be alright. Yeah, so for anyone who didn't watch my stream yesterday, I'm live streaming me just kind of working on the factory, you know, whenever I feel like it. There's no like set schedule or anything like that. I am not a content creator or YouTuber, really. I just kind of do what I feel like doing. And I wanted to keep making videos on my build here after my commentary series ended, which was a few weeks ago. So I wanted to keep making content, but I didn't really think it would be conducive to like I don't know if people would want to call it a Let's Play series or like a build series, because my factory is very far along in completion already. And at this point, I'm really just adding on a bunch of additional rooms. So it could be kind of repetitive and not super interesting to work or to watch. And I've been at this stage now for like several months. The exterior of my factory and all the scenes you see in the movie itself are all completed, 100% done already. If I were starting over from the beginning, I would just make a series, you know, not a live series where I'm, you know, working on it. But since that's not the case, I feel like doing it at a live stream format is better, and if people happen to watch when I'm actually live, that's cool. But I'm also mainly doing it so that once the stream is over, it's just uploaded to my channel in the raw format, and people can watch it if they want to like see what I'm working on. I don't plan on having like super long streams or anything. The one yesterday was only like an hour and a half. Today will probably be an hour or two. No more than that. So yeah, that's pretty much what the MO is with this. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pretty much be building and be talking about what I'm doing regardless if people are here live or not. If people are live here, they're more than welcome to comment and we can have a discussion, but if no one is here, then I'll just, you know, talk like I was recording a video, and then people can watch it after the fact, just like I would be doing in the commentary videos I made. So, right, that's the housekeeping stuff out of the way, I suppose. But right now I am just putting all the glass in, and then we're going to build the machine that goes inside of here, and then the top and all of that. And once that is done, I'm going to world edit this and copy and paste it up into the air wherever I want them placed. And then I will go around and fill them up with the different colored water that I want. And then I'll also go back and, so this one will be orange, the other ones will not be orange. I can very easily just replace the glass with a different color with world edit. So that's why I happen to be making this one out of orange glass. I also hope the video quality is a little bit better than my stream yesterday. I basically didn't know what I was doing. I still kind of don't. But I did some research and I made some changes to my video and output settings and all that. So I did some testing and it looks better than it did yesterday. Hopefully it continues. Oh, another thing is I know in all my videos where I'm talking, the keyboard clicking and mouse clicking is rather annoying. That's because the microphone I don't have a boom arm for it. It's just sitting on my desk, and the only place for it is kind of like right in front of my keyboard, where it also still picks up my voice. But I ordered like a cheap boom arm for my mic on Amazon, and that will be in shortly. So I don't have the clicking and tapping in the background of my audio anymore. But for today, just have to deal with it. Okay, so the concept art of these cylinder contraptions are actually skinnier than this. The diameter is not this large. But because obviously Minecraft is all blocks, the stuff I want to put inside of here, there's supposed to be like a gap between everything. So like, I don't want anything to touch each other, so I had to make the diameter larger so I could fit everything in that I need to. The trade-off with that is it looks wider than it should. And the easiest way to counteract that is to just make it taller, but I don't want to make it too tall because I'm trying to avoid it being connected to the ceiling. So I think I have from the lowest, or from the highest point, I have it like 15 blocks, I think. And I don't want to go too much higher than that. But I think I'm going to have to. At least by 2 or 3. I might see if I can get away with doing 3 extra layers. Something that frequently happens as I'm adding all these rooms is that it looks quite ugly until it's done. So I know right now this kind of looks like crap, but when it's all done, I think it'll look pretty good. Alright, so I think I want to go 1 block higher, and then we'll cap it off. And then there will, like I said, there will be 5 of these, hopefully. Minimum, there'll be 4, but I'm hoping I can fit 5 in. Alright, now, the glass, let's see, it has this kind of wave pattern down here, and it does the same thing at the top. So, well, for one, I need to light this up so I can see a little bit better. But this should be like the opposite. So this is convex, this should be concaved up here. So we'll do that. Let me take it all the way down. And then from here goes even more. Like that. And then it ends up being the same thing over here. So I want to make sure I do this right. Which I don't think I did. I should not have done that. I should just do it the way I did this one. here, goes down. I'm basically just trying to follow this pattern here, if it wasn't obvious. Okay. That should be there, I think. Oh, no, that should be out. Yes. And then that. Wait, I think I just messed this all up. Okay, this one I know I did right. Oh wait, no I didn't. Oh, I ignored that little drop right there. I couldn't see it. Okay, let me just start this over again. That would be easier that way. Okay. Those two, and then don't forget that one. And that one is 3, and then we go down again for 4. Okay. Yes, that is how it looks. Now this one should be up. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 1, 2. 3. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so I need to raise this layer up just one more so it's a match down there. Once again, I know this looks kinda not great right now, but it'll look better when it's finished, obviously. Okay, so now in the concept art it comes out, it looks like a little bit like an overhang. Similar to down there. Debating if I want to do that or not. I'm going to put it in, see how it looks. I might remove it though. Alright. And then it kind of caps itself off like, it's not necessarily like a dome, it's kind of more like a more pyramid in shape. The easiest way to do that, I'm just going to use some world edit in the center. Alright, actually, I need to know how large this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this one's 7. Okay, so oops. 6 should be the right one. Okay. And then it kind of just closes itself off, but it has a flat top, so I don't want to go too far in. I'm thinking this is probably going to be about right. In the concept art, it would be more ideal if it was somewhere between these layers, but I don't have slabs of concrete, obviously, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. Be a little bit taller than it should be, but that's okay. Okay, and then there's like a solid beam that comes down. I might use a different block. I might actually use, thinking of maybe iron. That might look weird though. I might just use, see, what I'm trying to avoid is, it would be lovely if I could use some slabs and some bricks, or some stairs of blocks, you know, such as andesite, deep slate, all that stuff to put some detail in here. But that just isn't the style of the art direction for this movie. And it just wouldn't, it would look more out of place than it would look good. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. What actually might help is if I add a second layer in here. Yeah, I think that looks better. Once again, or not once again, I mentioned about it earlier. I am building this based off of concept art from the movie, which is why I'm being a little bit particular about it. A lot of the stuff in these additional rooms, I just had to completely make up on my own. This is one of, like, I think only 2 rooms that there is concept art for rooms that aren't in the movie itself, I mean, so that helps. You know what, I really want to use a wall. I might do that anyway. I know I just said I shouldn't, but yes, that looks a lot better than having a thick block coming down. And then they kind of just go around the place, and then they only go down to the length of the concrete, or yeah, to the glass, I should say. And it looks like there's like 6 per half of the circle shape, if that makes sense. Okay. So there is that. I want to see if would this look better if it was like this. I need to put some more in. That isn't totally accurate to the concept art, but I don't have a block that mimics the shape of the concept art. So I think this looks closer, even though it's not. That makes sense. And really, like, we're gonna be looking at it from more like this angle because it's gonna be up in the air. So I should really be focusing on it more like this. But I think that looks okay. I think that looks like in the style of the movie of like I was watching a YouTube video. It was I guess it was like a video essay sort of on this movie. And someone described the aesthetic as soulless industrial. And it's funny, but it's also, I think, very accurate. So I'm trying to give it that soulless industrial look. No warmth or welcome whatsoever. Just off-putting and cold. And I think this is coming, it's looking like the concept art quite well. There will be several pipes that come out the top here. But I don't want to put those in yet. I want to add in the machine that goes inside of it. Although actually one thing I can do. Although I'm not sure how well this is going to translate to Minecraft. There's supposed to be like a little light, like a circle light, like right around here. But it's more detailed than just a piece of glass, and I don't have the space to add it more detail to it really. Although I guess what I could do, it's like, I guess it's orange. It looks a little yellow, but I think it's supposed to be orange. Okay, I could do that, and then there's like a ring that goes around, but because that's so small, I think I could just add a button to it. And that's pretty similar to how it looks. I wish this was, I don't know if it would look right if I put one here, because then I can't put a button. I guess we'll just do that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. In the concept art, I can only see one of those, but I think it would look odd in Minecraft if I only had it on one side. So I'm just gonna put them around the thing. This will all get filled up with orange luminous water. So the whole thing will be lit up, which will look pretty cool. Because in the concept art, it's very, very bright. Okay. I'm gonna leave that top open for now. And then I want to move these lights out of the way. Just put them up here, I suppose. Alright. I will actually be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Okay. So I need to put in like a small sphere in here, more than just a circle. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I think it will work if I let me drop it down here. I think it'll work if I do it a size of 6, Might have to drop it down to 5. Or I should say 3, because I need to do it based off the radius. Okay. I need to see how this looks from the outside. Okay, how much distance do I have? Alright, so I could make it 1 block bigger, and I think I should drop it down by like 2 more blocks. Well, maybe 1 more block, because it'll be a block larger. Let me get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. I think that looks pretty cool. The concept art, this should probably be like a block or 2 lower. But because my cylinder is not as tall as the concept art, I think it's okay if it's up a little bit higher so I can have more space for the pipes that come down. Since I'm basically building it, it's wider than it should be, and it's also shorter than it should be. So it's overall a funny proportioned build as to how it actually should look, but I think it's turning out quite well. Okay. So they have, I don't think I'm gonna be able to, they have like these, kind of looks like the front of a old airplane with like a propeller. I think I'm just gonna use walls again, because it's gonna be hard to do with anything else. And it goes the whole way around, but I think I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, let's take a look. I mean, you're really not even gonna see it. But it might look, well, actually I take that back, because we're going to be viewing it from down here, so you are going to see it. I'm going to add those in, I think, the whole way around. Like so. This is like strangely one of the most detailed objects I've seen for any of the concept art, or even anything that's just shown straight out in the movie. Which is good. It helps off balance the other areas where everything is very sleek looking. Okay. Sorry if you hear that truck in the background. The neighbors are doing something that involves construction vehicles. Alright, so basically it just has some pipes that come down. I should have thought of this. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it from, well, since I can't get in from there anymore, I may as well close this up. But it basically has 4, looks like 4 pipes that go down of various lengths into the canister here. So that's going to be what I add next. Put a light block in the, well, let's not do that. Let's do that so I remember to take it out after. Okay, so I don't, in the art it looks like it's the same color as this. I don't know if that's going to translate very well. It might look better if I use a different color. Well, I guess more what I need to figure out is where I want them all to be, because they're not in like a they're not organized. This is the best way I can describe it. They're kind of like randomly placed about, and there's 4 of them, and I don't want them to touch. I would like one of them to be I think there would look the best, and then I can move this one to there. That seems sort of how they're laid out in the art. Let's see. Do I want to use light glue? Alright, I'm just gonna try it with the gray. So that one is the shortest, followed by this one. It's like a little bit longer, and then these 2 are really long. But alright, let me take this. But they do stop a good bit up before the glass ends. Take that one out. Let me lower that one by that. Okay. All right. I like the length of the pipes. What I do not like is how it makes this look blocky. I think they should be a different color. What do I usually make pipes out of? Well, I usually make them out of glass, which I can't do here. If they're not glass, the ones on the exterior of the factory are made of iron blocks. But that also is probably gonna look weird. I might do... I might cyan terracotta. I might try cyan terracotta. I'm gonna try the blocks first though. Iron blocks. I just need a... Really, it's just that one that I don't like how it looks. Okay, do not like that. Let's try this. I feel like what's going to end up happening is I'm going to stick with the light gray concrete, but just have to reposition that pipe. That actually doesn't look bad. I'm going to replace them all with that and see how I like it. Okay, well then we run into this problem where, okay, it'll be a problem for both of these. I guess I could just replace that. Does that look weird? I think that's okay. I think that looks okay, and I think once it's filled up with the orange water, it'll help even more. Yeah, the interior of those is actually quite simple. Let me get rid of that light. Close this up, let me see how it looks. Because then, once again, we're going to be viewing it more from an angle like this. think that looks pretty good. Okay, so the bottom still needs some work. The top is interesting because every one of them looks different. But they all seem to have a general large pipe that is on the side, like on one side. And it starts... Okay, I need to keep this in mind. So in the art, it's a metal pipe similar to this in color. However, in pretty much every other room in my factory where I have a pipe of any kind, it's a glass pipe, so you can see what's inside of it. And I'm wondering if that would look better. Okay, well anyway, I have to put this in no matter what. Don't want it to be too... See, I don't want it to look too boxy. I think I'm gonna do this. That is pretty much how it looks, except it needs to be backed by one block. Like that. Okay. That's as best as I can do, just because of the space I have to make it. I can't really make it any more round. So there's like a metal sleeve here. And then, well, this pipe is supposed to be bigger than the other ones. I wonder if I make this just a full-on box, would it look terrible? Probably. Yes, it would. Okay, so I'm just gonna this is just going to be a little bit different than the concept art. So that's one pipe, and the others just sort of come out of it. So I'm not gonna put these in because they're all gonna be at varying heights around the room. So I'm gonna have to do this custom for each one. Except well, I can put in where the housings are for the pipes, so they all have this little thing in it. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use glass, 'cause that's what I've done in other places. So it'll look like this. So I can actually put something in that one. I can't put anything in this one, although I could use colored glass if I want to simulate something being in it. Looks like there are 4 pipes, once again, that are on top of this thing. And all of them are small except this one, so I do want to offset them once again, though. I think that looks pretty good. Happy with that. Alrighty. Oh, and then last but not least, on the roof, excuse me. Last but not least, there is a little, so this is where like the cool effects, so like I was talking about, this is they call it a carbonator machine. So it's just carbonating the liquid that's in here. And there's actually a very detailed diagram of how it works, which I think is funny, but I'm just going off of the aesthetics. So the liquid apparently gets sucked up into these pipes, into that machine, which creates carbonated whatever that is, and it sends it off into a pipe. But then each of these canisters, because like I said there will be 5 of them, Each of these canisters has a little opening on the side where bubbles or like mist is constantly coming out of. And I think that'll add a lot of like animation, well, not animation. It'll add a lot of movement to this room. And like in Minecraft, what I'm probably just gonna end up doing is putting like a campfire in there so the smoke is raising up. That's probably the best I can do if I want it to actually be animated. I could, put in like fake mist, like make my own mist clouds with like white glass and gray glass. But I don't think it would look as cool as just having it actually mist out the sides. So it's kind of like it looks like one of these pipes, but it's kind of up at an angle, which is like very annoying to build. So I might just do that instead. Because if I do it up at an angle, I think it's just gonna look not good. But I might raise it down. I think that looks kind of neat. Unfortunately, I can't make the smoke go out sideways, so I might have to do a little bit of artist interpretation here and instead of it being horizontal, I might have to just make this another vertical thing like that, because obviously. Oh, that kind of works. I don't want this to be visible though, so I would put it probably right there, and then well, you would never see it because we're gonna be down here, but it does look weird that it's just coming out of the block. Let me I'm gonna redo that, except I'm gonna put it down here. And maybe I could throw in some like walls. Okay, my problem is this pipe, so let me just move that. Oh, I don't like that either. I kind of like that though. They're different levels, so that should be fine. Let me just move that there. Can hide that. Well, I guess if I really want it to be smoky, I think this trick still works. Or am I gonna break through? Yeah. It kind of is just giving off a chimney vibe, but I think it's better than not having one, so I'm okay with it. The smoke just gathers up there. Okay, well, it's not going to be in this spot anyway. Alright, for now, I'm not going to have the fire in there, but okay, so that's pretty much the glass cylinder and the top is done. I need to work heavily on the bottom, but I need to raise it up first because I can't build below bedrock, obviously. I will do that in just 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, so I want to raise this up. Let's see. Oh, well, obviously I need some light, but I just needed to move it out of the way. Alright. Please tell me I will clear this. I don't think I am. God damn it. Oh, I might just... By one block, it's tall enough that I can copy this without taking this with me. Oh wait, no it isn't. Ah. Okay, this is a problem that I was not anticipating. Alright, what I'm gonna have to do is just... I'm gonna have to rebuild those pipes. Well, I don't need that then. I can just do this. I can go over as far as possible. Just need... Okay, that's fine. I'm just taking this block. Yeah. So I have to rebuild the pipes, that's no big deal. And then I think I need to probably come out to here because of the walls. Because, right? Yeah. Yes. Okay, now we'll just copy it here. It's fine. And I just want to move it to the center of the room. But raise it up. Everything should have come over minus the pipes. Okay, yes. Now what I want to do is... Well, first I'm going to put the pipes back in. And then I'm just going to delete that one down there because I don't need it anymore. That was only one block, okay. And then here, then right there. Yes. Right? Right. Yeah, okay. So this one is, like I said, no longer needed. I can just delete it. Okay. For a second I thought I accidentally deleted all of that. Wait, actually, I forgot. One of these blocks is probably about to get deleted. Oh no, it wasn't, because I selected the sea lantern instead of that white block, which actually, that was an accident, but it worked out in my favor. Oh, I don't think I mentioned, when I put this room in, I obviously have, like, this is the level you come in at. My intention, like, normally when I would build one of these rooms, pretend this is the floor, I would always keep it level with here, and then the rest of the sphere below, like, it was still there, but you would never see it, because the floor, obviously, was covering it. But for this room, because in the concept art these are floating in the air, due to the fact that I had to make this sphere smaller than I wanted it to, I'm trying to use all the vertical height I can. So the floor is going to go down here instead of up here. But this will still be the level you walk at. I'm probably going to put an elevated walkway in. I'm not exactly sure what design I will use yet. I have a few different elevated walkway designs I've used in various places around the factory, so to be determined on that. Before I forget, well, actually, I don't even have it, do I? Okay, never mind. I will just, let me delete this. I was gonna add in the blocks that I used to copy and paste them in already, but because I know I'm gonna mess that up if I don't. But I'll just do that later. All right. So, earlier when I was making the bottom here, I kind of messed it up a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up by 1 and then delete the one that's underneath it. Other than the jelly beanstalks room, which it's on my Planet Minecraft post. I have a screenshot of it. That's the other room that wait a minute, what am I doing? That is the other room that is based off concept art that isn't seen in the movie. And you know, once I have something to actually work, like when I'm not making it up on my own, it takes a lot longer because I actually have something to work off of to try to make it look as accurate as possible. So the other rooms where I'm making it up entirely by myself takes me like maximum 2 hours, but I've already been working on this for over 2 hours and I'm not even close to halfway done yet. The stream's only been going on for an hour, but I worked for it an hour by myself before I started streaming. Just so, because the part where, you know, like doing all this, like putting this in is all kind of boring. This is the more interesting part, so. The stream's been going on for just about an hour. Probably gonna do like another half hour to an hour at most. And then call it a day. But I'll still try to get some more of this done here. I need to fill this in, so yeah, delete the lights I just put in. And I'll just put them back here. Because I want to get rid of, I think I want to get rid of this. Definitely. Okay, so would it look better if I slimmed this down some? Yeah, I think that looks better. It's a little bit too thick. Alright, so this is kind of a weird combination of, circle diameters. So I think I just deleted that for no reason. I think that actually looks better if it's, yeah, I should have just kept that in. I do want this to look thicker than just one strip of blocks, like one block tall going around, because I'm actually going to be extending the bottom of this probably by like at least 3 blocks. So it's thick there. So it's the skinniest here. It gets a little bit thicker. And now we do something similar to the top where it steps out by like 2 blocks. So it'll go here, and then I'll do another one like that. And then it kind of goes back in on itself, and then that's basically the shape I'm going for here. But I do want it to make sure I don't leave in these extra corners, because then it looks too blocky, in my opinion. I usually, in everything I build, I usually don't keep this extra corner in, like when I'm doing circles. It's annoying to build, but I think it looks better. Okay, so now I need to do that one more time. Once again, I apologize for the loud and annoying mouse clicking and keyboard clicking that you're hearing in all my videos up until now. My microphone is situated on my desk. The only spot I have for it is like right in front of my keyboard, basically on top of my soundbar. But I did order like a cheap microphone arm they can attach to the side of my desk off of Amazon, and I will have that in time for the next time I stream, so, or make a video or do whatever the hell I'm doing. You know, I don't really have a plan. So it should be substantially better next time, so thank you for dealing with it if you're watching right now. Okay, so we're in dangerous territory. It's starting to look like just a mess of blocks, but I will be putting in some more fences around here, which should help ease it a little bit. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm trying to like see how this would, so in the art I'm referencing, so I have 1 block here, 2 blocks here, then 1 block stepping out each. In the concept art, it looks like it would translate to 1.5 blocks of an indent right here. Obviously, I can't do that because there are no concrete slabs, and I'm not willing to use a different block type to accomplish that because I don't think it would look good. So I either can... It's either gonna... I don't know what's going to look better. I'm going to either do 2 of them like here, but then it might just kind of look like kind of like Space Mountain at Disneyland is the best way I can describe it. If I do 2, because then it would be like symmetrical. I'm gonna try to just do 1, and I'm gonna see how that looks. This is once again a part I'm kind of going to have to go against the concept art here, because some things just do not translate into Minecraft, as we all know. Okay. So basically, to finish this shape off, I need to, regardless if I keep 1 block here or if I add in a second layer, it needs to taper in by like 2 more blocks, and it'll be a flat bottom, and then there's some pipes that go down the bottom. Very similar to the top. I'm gonna add the second layer in and see how I like it, because I'm worried if I just keep this 1 layer, it's just gonna look like it goes out and in, like very clunky. When I can, I try to switch up the depth of this kind of stuff, because that inherently adds detail just by it not being all the same. But then we have that problem where that ring looks sort of... So now, okay, so that kind of put in the problem of, like, this ring looks awkward now. It looks like it's just kind of there for no reason. Like, this wall just looks like it's a continuous wall. The thing what I'm going to do is get rid of this, step it inwards by like 2 blocks, and then the last inward block I might make 2 blocks tall instead of 1, and then that will just be the bottom. Maybe. I don't know. This kind of stuff is, like, for me at least, is always just a lot of trial and error. Let's see. I don't think I did that all right. No, I did not. Yeah, I thought I messed that up. Okay. Oh, well, that actually might look... No, because they're all consistent, that spacing. I want to keep that. Alright. I think it should go in one more. Yeah, let me just, this is gonna make my life easier. Let me get rid of these. Right. Whoops. Now I also need to make sure I'm not making this too low to the ground, because there's supposed to be distance between the top and the bottom. And the longer I make this, obviously, the less distance I can have of space between the top and bottom. How does that look? You know, that actually looks very close to the shape I'm trying to get. I was going to maybe lower this down by 1, or bring it down one more time, but I think that actually looks basically exactly what the shape looks like, so we're just gonna seal it off. And then similarly to the top, there will be pipes coming out of the bottom that go into the floor of this room down here. Alright, so I need to close this off though. So I think I'm just gonna do that right here. I don't think there's a need to have this be filled with water. So this will just be basically a false floor down there. Or this is a false floor, I guess I should say. If anyone is just tuning in to the like video, like after this is uploaded, if you're skipping around wondering what the hell I'm doing, I am building a machine from the concept art of the movie. This wasn't in the movie, but it was in the concept art. This is called a carbonator. There will be a bunch of fluid in here that is theoretically sucked up through these pipes into this machine and sent off to other places around the factory. Like, all of them will be a different color, and I'll have the colored water in here to simulate that. And then it sprays off mist on the outside, so I'll use campfires for that. So right now I'm basically building one of them, and then I can use World Edit to copy and paste this around. I want to have like 5 of these, and then I will change the color of the fluid and the glass to different colors. And that's what this room is. So I'm calling it, in the movie it doesn't have an official room name. I'm just calling this there is a room on the elevator list called Drink Fizzery, separate from fizzy lifting drinks. They're both on the list. So this will be the drink Fizzery room where I'm putting all of these carbonator machines inside. Okay, I know it's very dark right now, but once I put the water in, it'll light it all up. But for now, let me just do this. Probably what my plan is going to be is I'm going to finish this one and put it in the spot where I want it, and then probably call it a stream. Because like I said a few times now, these are also serving as just videos to watch on my channel of me just working on the factory, in addition to the live stream component of it. I'm sort of just treating this myself mentally as like a one-shot, very long commentary episode like the ones I already made. So that's one of the main purposes of this. I don't want those videos to be too terribly long because, you know, I personally wouldn't want to sit through a 2-hour long video myself. Okay, I think the next thing to do is to put the water in. This won't take too long. It'll be a little annoying though. So this is the orange one, obviously. So we're going to use the luminous orange water bucket. We're not going to use the condensed because the condensed means there's no transparency, so we wouldn't be able to see the stuff inside here, which is the whole point. So we're going to use just the regular luminous orange water. And usually when I do stuff like storage tanks, this is not the first time I have made stuff similar to this. I never usually worry about what the inside, like the bottom, looks like because it's impossible to see really. The only way you're going to see some of this stuff is if you download the map and go into creative mode and fly to where I don't intend people to go. So if that happens, that's out of my control anyway, so I just don't worry about it. So I leave the insides of stuff like this just unfinished because all that matters to me is that from where you're supposed to be looking at it, is it looks right. So but I don't remember, I honestly don't remember if I talked about this on one of my streams so far or if I was just thinking about it. But I think this is one of the best, like, how do I want to say it? One of the best large-scale Minecraft builds that you can make that isn't just a one-off creation. So, like, obviously people make huge, awesome stuff all the time, but it's not like, it's something they thought up of themselves, or it's, like, not something that multiple people have made. And I think the Wonka factories, either one, like, if it's either movie or well, any of the 3 movies now, I guess, or like based off of someone's own freelance design where they didn't use any references, or, you know, some other factory, like Wonka factory media, like the book or the, like, some of the weird, like, foreign, like, shows that have been made, like, decades ago. Any of those factories, I think, are like a great thing to make because there's so much variety in what you can do. Like, if you just make the stuff in the movie, that alone is like a very interesting and varied build. You know, there's a lot of different stuff, a lot of different, it's not just like, you know, like you build a, just off the top of my head, say you build a hospital. Well, you know, you've built a hospital. I'm not saying, like, obviously, like, there's never shame in making anything, but, like, it's just something that I appreciate about building these factories, because I've built them quite a few times throughout my life. This is just the most complete one I've ever made. I just love the variety because, like, everything that you make, every room is different. It's not like, I guess the central theme is chocolate or candy, but, like, a lot of these rooms have nothing to do with candy, so that's just what makes it so cool. And I guess like the other like, so like for me, like when I consume Minecraft content, I like watching people build or give updates on like large scale builds. I'm not necessarily like someone who watches like let's plays, like survival let's plays. I've always been someone who likes creative because you can just push the game to its limits and build awesome stuff. That survival is just would require so much grinding. In addition to Wonka factories, which are my favorite build in Minecraft, I would consider like the other two best, just for me personally, are the like people who make Hogwarts, the Hogwarts castle, and then also Gotham City recreations are one of my personal favorites. I tried once to recreate Hogwarts castle. There was someone who has just an incredible Hogwarts that he made, and I can't remember the channel name because it was a year or so ago when I was like into it. But he actually had a tutorial series where he built the thing from scratch a second time, like the whole exterior, and then I think when I quit watching, he was like working on the interior maybe. And that's just insane dedication and something that I don't think I would ever be able to do with this. It's just so far I've put in close to 270 hours on this save file, and I've had a few people ask me if it's something that I would be interested in doing, is creating a tutorial. And the answer, if we're talking everything from the exterior to like what I've built now, like all the interior rooms, including the additional stuff that I've added on myself, would be a no. However, I would consider doing a tutorial series for the exterior of the factory, because that's the part that takes the least amount of time, especially if you have world edit. The interior is obviously what takes almost all of the 270 hours I put into this map. I would say like 100 or less was focused on the exterior. And then once you have the exterior built, you can do whatever you want on the inside, you know. So maybe one of these days, depending on, you know, how much time I have and that kind of thing, I might make a series where I build the aired by that guy who made the Hogwarts tutorial series. And I feel like I have some thoughts and input and considerations that could be considered valuable for people who do want to build this factory. I suppose I don't really need to put the water any higher than where the glass is, but I think I'm going to anyway. I should have just been doing this. This is faster. Since there's only one more block up anyway, I'll just do the whole thing. Now I'm really hoping when I go out here I don't hate how this looks, because it will be annoying to have to soak up all the water. Okay. Immediate thoughts are that the stuff on the inside is not super visible. So I'm thinking that... well, I like how it's all lit up, because in the concept art it's very bright on the inside. Like even brighter than how this looks, so I'm happy with that. But the inside, I think it needs to be darker. trying to, so I used, okay, so the pipes are obviously more visible than that because that's a darker block, so I think I used cyan terracotta. I'm wondering how it'll look if I switch all of it to gray concrete. I can just do this obviously underwater. So I'm gonna do the pipes first, and then if I like how that looks, I will do the sphere. Why is this doing that? Did I do that one already? Yeah. Okay, well I can already tell that, I mean obviously it's a lot darker because it's a darker block. Okay, yeah, I think I was considering, I was like, oh, would black be overkill? But because these colors are so bright, it might be okay. Let me do this one in black. I mean, obviously when you're inside here, it looks weird as hell. But if you're outside, I think the dark grays, or not dark gray, I think the gray concrete is better than black. So I'm gonna do that. I'll be back in just a few minutes, and then we will replace all of those, and then I think we'll call it a stream. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back, and let's just replace these real quick. So I need to put this one back to gray concrete here. And then these visible blocks on the little ball on the inside here, I also want to replace with this dark, I keep calling it dark gray concrete, with the gray concrete, because it will show up a lot better when you're viewing it. I hate how the water shows up like this on blocks underwater. It's very annoying. Okay, so after I do these two layers, I'm going to have to also go up and do the ones on the top, because I think they would still be slightly visible. Maybe it's better to be safe than sorry. Did I mess that up? No. No, I missed these though. Oh well, duh, those are the ones I'm working on right now. Okay. Let's do these ones. I wish I thought of this from the beginning. It makes sense that this would happen. Visibility lowers, obviously, so. Okay, I'm gonna have to break up the top and do those. Alright, so I need to break through here. Do this, that. Where is that supposed to be? Okay. Hello? Okay. Right. This would be, I think, hardly visible, but I want to do it anyway. Yeah, I could just do one of these sides at a time. That would probably be faster. Whoops. All right. I really do hope this looks alright, because if it doesn't, I don't feel like rebuilding it. When I'm done, obviously. I'm not going to worry about these ones. I mean, there's just absolutely no way you'd be able to see it from anywhere but where I'm at right now. Let's see. I do want to get rid of these lights though. Okay, let's take a look. So here, let me get rid of these so we can see the better full picture. All right. The gray concrete definitely helped make the inside of that more visible. I don't think it's gonna get any better than that though, unfortunately. Unless I use black, which I don't really want to do. But I think, yeah, like, as long as I situate this in the room the right way, I think it'll give off the right look. I really hate how that water looks on those blocks. I'm debating draining the water from up there. So you don't see it, but then the glass would look weird. I don't know. I think I might have to just live with it. But yeah, so I think this is a pretty good look for the carbonator machine based off the concept art. For the full effect, let me put this in where it's supposed to go, which is here. So once again, it's supposed to go out in an angle, the mist, but obviously can't really do that. So this will get repositioned in the room. There's going to be 5 of these in here, so it's going to be pretty tight. So I'm hoping for 5. Minimum I want 4 in here around the room. And then there will be other apparatuses and hoses connected to here. Once they get put in their final position, these will be pipes that connect to the ceiling. And down on the bottom, there will be pipes that connect to the ground. So, yeah. Honestly, I think I liked how it looked before the water went in more, just for the fact that you could really tell what this actually was, because I just don't think there's going to be a way to fully convey what that's supposed to look like with the water in there. I'm wondering if it would be worth it to just simply not have water in there, and then to make up for, so obviously the water is a thing giving it all this light. I can remove the water, keep it empty, and then I can just put in these light blocks in there to light it up, and then that would simulate that there's water inside of there, but it wouldn't quite look like the real thing. But I think that would actually be better, just because right now that just looks like there's nothing there. The pipes look fine, but that doesn't. I might honestly, I mean, that wouldn't be hard to do. That just requires some sponges. So we're going to undo that. I've decided that the stream will go on until this is finished. But you can see, I mean, it makes quick work. Before sponges were in the game, I would have absolutely cried if I had to do this right now. Replace all this. But yeah, I just think it's gonna look better without the water, so we can actually tell what the hell this is. And then I can just very quickly put the light blocks in here to create the lighting pattern, and it'll look almost exactly like this, just with better visibility. What is happening? Okay, I need to just do this all at once. This is not the first time I have built a canister of some sort and have had to drain it because I don't like how it looks with the water inside. These pipes are really annoying. That's what's causing all this to keep continuing. If I was smart, I would just temporarily delete these pipes, but I'm too stubborn. Alright, finally. So that's gonna be a little dark for a few minutes. I just gotta get rid of these sponges. And then I will light this up real quick with some light command blocks. Or I don't even know what they're officially called, that's just what I've been calling them. That's it. Alright, so I'm gonna use, because the concept art shows these things as being incredibly bright, I am going to also, I'm gonna use the lightest, or the brightest block there is. And then I'll take a look at it from the outside, and then if I need to add in more than just the ones on the axis here, at the center line, I will. I mean, you know, honestly, I'll put one in each corner as well, a line of these. Yeah, this should pretty much smooth it out, I think. These are kind of a pain in the butt to work with though, because if you accidentally click on it twice, it sets the thing to 0. Which is why I wish I could just go up in a straight line, but inevitably I'd have to go back and fix one of them. I wonder, yeah, see like that. I wonder if there's a way. I mean, I really don't know a lot about these. I just kind of was recently told about them. If there's a way to like lock it so you can't accidentally do that. I wouldn't be surprised if there was, because the only way to get these is by typing an in-game command anyway, so why not? Okay. Once again, I'm not worried about this empty space because I don't think anyone will see it from the viewing platform that I build down here. Once again, this is not the final spot of it. I see some spots I missed with the dark concrete. Even though there's no water in here anymore, I think I'm going to keep this gray concrete instead of the original light gray. I think I don't know, it shows up a little bit better now that I'm looking at it again. Is there anywhere else that I missed that you can see? I don't think so. Okay, I don't want to. That's another annoying thing. Every time you scroll over it by accident, it shows them all up. Okay, I think that looks a lot better than how it did with the water in it, because you can actually tell that there's some type of device in there. And then I might try to, off camera later sometime, try to figure out a better way to have the mist effect come out, because I really wish I could make it come out horizontally. I'm sure there's a mod for that, but I don't really want to have to require another mod for people to have whenever they download this world on top of what there already is. I mean, there's only one, it's just the colored water mod, but I would like to not require any others, so but yeah, just for now, this is not going to be where this thing stays. But I want to get the effect of what it looks like when the pipes are up. I guess I should I use orange? Yeah, I'm going to use orange instead. In the concept art, these pipes are not glass, so this is me just making this decision. But I think having it colored will better convey that the pipes have stuff in them. And yeah, there will be pipes in the bottom as well, but I'm not going to put those in right now. So the canister will, I'm calling these canisters, the condenser will not be this high off the ground, all 5 of them, whenever I put them in their final positions. Because this is going to be the floor height, and then I'm having a little bit of space below, which I don't normally do, but for this room I am. I'm probably going to lower that by like, well, how far off is this one? 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm probably going to lower this by like 3 or 4 blocks, maybe even 5. So everyone can see the pipes up there a little bit better, and so you see a little bit more of the detail on top, because it's not just flat, it's curved with the pipe openings. And then if I just make the floor down here, I don't know if I'll just make, because once again, I don't know if I mentioned it in a while, this dome will be replaced with a black one, so you won't see anything here. Because black concrete is very convincing in this game. So the dome will be black, and the floor, what I might do is I might do that trick of, what I'll probably do is I'll replace the bedrock level with black concrete, because you can do that. You can do that, and then, but I might do something like this. Or is it with, I don't remember. I used to do this sometimes before they added in concrete to the game. Yeah, I think it's just the black. So to like give the floor a sense of depth that isn't just a hard black floor. So I'll probably do that, and then the pipes will just go off down into the distance until they disappear. And then I'm hoping, like I said, for 5 of these of different colors around the room. And then there'll be some more appliances with pipes hanging from the ceiling, like actually hanging from the ceiling, higher up than these, which have pipes that come down kind of like a crescent moon shape. And then they connect into the pipes that go down to the floor. At least that's how it looks in the concept art. So that's what my plan is. But this room is this is taking me a lot longer to build than I thought it was. But the good thing is, now that one of them is built, I can just copy and paste it and then change out the color of the glass. But that is not going to be a today thing. I actually have some other obligations I have to go do here shortly. So I think that's pretty much all of the building and time that I spend on the world today. I'm glad that I was able to get that completed though, so now the rest can go a lot faster. Like I said before, I'm not a YouTuber or content creator in any sense of the word, really. I just kind of like talking about this particular subject. So I don't know when I will do another stream. Once this is done, it'll go up on YouTube for people to watch, because like I said, I kind of treat this as more of a, it's definitely a live stream, but more like just a really long one-take commentary video where I'm talking about what I'm doing basically constantly. So people can watch it that way. Probably won't do a stream over the weekend. I might. Who knows? But at the latest, I'm hoping to do one maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday next week. If one happens sooner than that, then cool. So yeah, I hope if anyone who was watching live, I hope they enjoyed it. And if anyone who was watching it on YouTube after the fact enjoyed the video, just kind of like a chilled, laid-back building session, that is also cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. Thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. And I'll see you guys the next time that I post some content of some kind. Take care.